Hello everybody, welcome back. Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition modded Sentinel playthrough. On the last episode, we pretty much fought Benezia. She cheated us. She cheated us because we could not control our character properly. We could not activate any powers, so she managed to score a first death of the run. Not the first time that she actually does that, too. We have freed the Rock Knight Queen as well. And now we're gonna go into those are ball sacks. I'm sorry, those are ball sacks. We're gonna go for the rogue Rock Knight children because it seems like we have nothing else to do. The hot labs, and I'm gonna try to actually might die a few more times in hot labs, assuming that the game is not gonna crash. Because let me tell you something, this game loves to crash. At least when it comes to Noveria part. It just adores crashing. It just loves doing that. Okay, I need to go to the hot labs. And I think that's the only way to the hot labs. So I'm gonna have to go down. I mean, we'll figure it out. There should be like double elevators. Yeah, I think that should be hot labs. If we're gonna go to the elevator to the right, that actually might not be very good because the guardsmen might actually try to execute us. The Ventralis guy, he might be sorry, Benezia's orders, and he's just gonna go wild. Yeah, I'm gonna talk with him in a second. First, I want to make sure that I can loot everything. But there is no loot. Okie dokie.
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass-produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation, kills everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
Give us a minute? No, just tell me how. Because I think if I'm gonna tell him to give me a minute, nothing really is gonna happen. So I need to ask him how to do that.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira destruct.
Well, he got the point.
Now it gets fun.
this motherfucker have already started firing the projectile before even seeing have became like normal.
I have not so much time. I die under ice. Is not so bad death. I am born in Arkhangelsk. There is closure.
Is there anything we can do for you?
Nah. What I ask for, eh? A strong vodka is nice, but it would just leak out.
Jokes.
Code is 875-020-079. You tell Mira that. Then tell her Code Omega local execution. Everything run automatic from there. You leave quickly, yes? I will become puddle of goo, but I am thinking I will not care so much. This is all for me. I am thinking. I try to think of good, inspiring last words. Maybe something like...
I still had a lot of energy for somebody with a freaking hole through his entire gut. Oh, I cannot quick save here? Oh, that's bullshit. Yeah, I cannot save at all. That's a little bit dog shit, but okay. I'm gonna have to probably... I'm gonna try to like beat this entire area normally.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
Initiate neutron page.
Activate the neutron purge.
Purge, not page.
I'm sorry,
Jesus.
but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
One thing that I should do before clicking on this is try to activate neutron purge without knowing the numbers, because it gives a funny cutscene. The thing is, it's not as funny on female Shepherd in comparison to male Shepherd. I don't know. It's just. I think it's the tone of the voice that makes it funnier. I don't know. I have the code.
Code input 875-020-079. Code Omega local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Lovely.
Warning. Neutron purge system activated. Immediate
Oh my god. I drifted away for a second because of the bot in the chat.
Good as new.
Neutron purge system activated. Immediate evacuation recommended. Neutron purge system activated. Immediate evacuation recommended.
That was the second death, but now we can.
Neutron purge system
All patched up.
activated.
But now we can just
Immediate
exit.
evacuation recommended.
So we can fight through this without any problems. That was like my honest first attempt. But also another thing that I have not done is I didn't use any powers. I should probably also focus powers. Like anything with crowd control would help tremendously. I guess I didn't thought about it. Alright, let's level up. Okay, so my Shepherd also gets only 1 point per level, which is kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. What do I want to put the point in? Medicine? I guess to equalize the thing. Then 1 point in Bastion, Spectre Training, and Lift. Or maybe put it in the lift now. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the lift. Then I'm gonna put it into medicine, then Bastion, and then Spectre training. Now, I could put it in Spectre training right now, added Unity. Yeah, it's gonna give me a little bit more advantage. Okay, what about Liara? Oh, yeah. Right, Liara only gets barrier from this point on. And Tally, dampening. Once I'm gonna get master or basically a good level of decryption, or basically enough decryption in electronics that's gonna allow me to solve the mini games myself, then I'm probably gonna most likely gonna switch Tally for Garrus as a permanent part of a team. I mean, not so permanent. I basically will be able to like switch between Garrus Tally and Liara Rex. I think that would be a good combo. Well, there's nothing else for us to do. We have already closed every single thing, which is going to return to the Normandy. So right now, because my game is modded, after you are done dealing with business in the Peak 15, you just don't magically go back to the Normandy. You simply go back over here to the main, like the main hub of Noveria, and you're still able to buy things if you forgot about something. Normandy, and you can still use the fast travel if you really want to, and even new loading screen. That's fantastic.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?
Citadel first.
The new relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Look, this is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew dismissed.
Noveria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch it through to the Council?
Do we have to? I mean, yes.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Noveria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
And I don't want to contact you. So you're Citadel Council and you're smelly. Alright, time to do the talking with every single crew member, at least the most important ones, which would be Joker, Garrus, Rex, Tally, and Liara. Besides that, nothing really else matters.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Noveria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
He's not very far from, that's not very far from truth. I think my room is gonna be down below. Yes. Also, I'm gonna, just like before, I'm avoiding talking to Kaden at all costs. Assault rifle, Banshee, Tsunami, and Hammer sniper rifle. Okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, please tell me that Tsunami. And it got additional mod slot. Oh, that's just lovely. What could I put on? Level 6 detection? As a combat scanner, kinetic, that's weapon stability. I don't really need weapon stability. Can I stabilize the rail extension? Improved sighting, recoil dampener. I would like to get a heatsink. Yeah, I think I think I want to have additional heat absorption. Just want to keep on continuous fire with the weapon. I don't want to increase its damage. It's just my build is not about that. Unfortunately, still no Omni tool and no visible or anything that would be remotely useful when it comes to that. I guess I'm gonna have to wait, or I'm still gonna start spending money on buying it, because getting those items in a good loot rotation is just ridiculously difficult for some reason. From Dr. Michelle, dear Commander, I cannot express how relieved I was that you showed up in the clinic. Please ask Garrus to forgive me worrying him, but I don't know who else to turn to. If only the galaxy had more people like you in it. I'm struggling to understand the connection between Armiston Baines and this thug. Were they working together, or something terrible happened to Baines? Maybe it's better if I don't know. Thank you again for the help, glowing Michelle. Alliance Intelligence Commander, it has come to our attention that you have recovered one of our flock of intel drones. The intelligence within the drones is vital for securing the system alliance against potential xenological threats. However, most are in sensitive locations and difficult for the vessel to retrieve. The SSB Normandy stealth technology will allow for the flock to be effortlessly acquired. Recovering the rest would be performing the service that Alliance Intelligence won't soon forget. Next, no new messages. Wow, that was actually pretty quick. Last time when I checked into the messages on the Normandy, it was freaking 7,000 pages of emails and even some advertisements, because you cannot freaking run away from those. You just cannot run from the ads. We don't need to talk to Chakwas. And what I would need to do is replenish my Medigel. Game, don't crash on me. Yeah, I made a quick save just now, just in case, because that stutter was like indication of the game wanting to really go to sleep.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Was there anything else that she could say about herself? I think there was.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the
Because
proceeds.
I need to put her in the friend zone.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time, and Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me, or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
That's exactly what I said. The game, when you play as female Shepard, the game just forces that relationship. As if any of you have followed through the previous streams and through the previous episodes, I have not talked with Kaidan even once after the first Citadel and after the Eden Prime, and the game already assessed that I am having a relationship with Kaidan. Like, it's just so forced. I hate it. You're female. No, that's not true. Kaidan's special. It's not serious. It's not serious.
The Lieutenant and I are just friends. Nothing more.
Exactly.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
Due to... Normally, if there is an option for me to have a romance, let me put it like this. Whenever I'm playing a male Shepard, I will always go for Tali. But whenever I would play as a female Shepard, I would most likely go for Liara, because why the heck not? But considering that YouTube is gonna just strike me down AC-130 style, just bombardment, I'm just not gonna participate in any relationships, any romances whatsoever, because, well, basically I'm posting all those videos on YouTube later, and yeah, they can go ballistic sometimes, so I'd rather not risk it.
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
This is very embarrassing for me, Commander. Please, let's talk about something else.
Bye.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Still got the XP though, and that's what is most important. Game have decided to have a little bit of a stroke again. There we go, another license. I'm gonna buy some of the licenses as I'm gonna go to the Citadel very, very soon.
Looking for supplies?
If you have something new.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
You bet, Commander. Scorpion. Wow, Scorpion, Hydra. Well, that's a medium. No, you don't have any extensions, but you're starting to have the HMWs, so I'm just need to wait until he's gonna get the tenors. And now the Citadel is also gonna get the HSMWs. Why can't I pronounce that correctly?
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Salarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
Jesus.
Somebody's making a killing out there.
Literally.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Hey, J-Dog, what's up?
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
It's not worth the risk. You pursue the vessel and disable it. That's the best choice.
They sent the military after him, but he got away just the same. Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
If you don't care about the fate of those hostages, then you're no better than he is. You're just a terrorist with a badge.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It doesn't make it any easier, but I see your point. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Bro, what? Yeah, he will basically, you know, Dr. Salion took a bunch of BPD shipper. Salion have took the entire bunch of people who experimented onto his ship because he thought that nobody's gonna fire at him when he has living people inside, because he took those people as hostages pretty much at that point.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Well, we're gonna go for it.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that, but Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I'm gonna be there when you find him.
And you will be, because it's a side quest. It's kind of a loyalty quest for Garrus, honestly, but also not really. You only have in this game in particular, you only have only one loyalty quest that you have to complete with Rex, And even if it's not really mandatory, that's actually the funniest part. That you don't even have to complete the mandatory quest with Rex. You can pursue him normally later in the game. Hey, Wumba.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Hey, Contra, what's up?
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Rex Shepard? Good talk. I should go.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
I think I can ask him about his family. I think he's also gonna give me the quest of his with the broken armor. If not, he's gonna give me that after, I think, Pharaohs, because I think next location on our map is gonna be Pharaohs, if not Vermeer. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about the family. Also, when it comes to Garrus, because I did not really finish my thoughts. Yeah, basically there was a situation where Dr. Celion kidnapped people and he tried to escape. He was hopeful that he's not gonna get shot. Garrus wanted to shut him down, but the thing is, Garrus at that point, he didn't even care. He simply wanted to get rid of Dr. Celion. He simply considered the hostages as casualties more as living beings. It is quite unfortunate that later we can kind of figure out what have happened to all those people that Dr. Celion took with him. Anyway, back to Rex and his family.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Really? Are you sure about that?
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father.
Grandfather. Grandpa.
I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded.
Fun.
I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
I'll look into it.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
And he is gonna be with us, because it's like pretty much it's if you want to have an easy way of dealing with Rex later, this is like the path to, and also it can
So long, Rex.
lead me to getting some decent equipment. All right, let's talk with Tali, and then we're gonna go to the Citadel, because it seems like we are not getting any codex entries from Normandy anymore.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Starin's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something.
Wait, Tali's gonna give me her quest
But
too?
it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
Huh, I think she's gonna give me the coordinates for that quest with 3 or 4 planets that have like Geth outposts, and that's gonna bring me a lot of XP.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself.
The irony is actually quite...
Officially, I'm just the same
It's
as
actually
any other
quite there.
citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
Sounds cool and important. I hope nothing bad. Yeah, geez, it will be a real shame. It will be a real shame if something will happen to him in sometime in the future, right? He sounds like a person that could like mobilize the entire Quarian fleet and actually took some sense to them, or you know, somebody who actually would serve as a good example of a Quarian parent.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
Yes, the best. Even better than Jenkins.
That must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
No, sorry, that's heresy. Nothing beats Jenkins. Jenkins is such an important character, because of his death. We could not save planet Earth right now, because his assault rifle that was like genetically locked to him had like this super beam laser that could destroy the unknown ship and just finish the game right there. But god damn it, he forgot to turn on his shields.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen.
There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that eventually.
I should go.
See you later.
Wait, I can talk with her about her father? Hold up. Hold up.
Hey, Shepard. You need something?
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Yeah, Shepard sees Andromeda. That's one thing. I always, every single year I'm doing this marathon, I'm doing a little bit of like a little bit of a meme. Like, oh geez, one year it was that what Shepard saw through her visions and through the beacon was like all the NFTs and all the Bitcoin factories. This year I think she's oh geez, I already have forgotten. Like I need to like write down, like I need to take a look at the playlist of my previous Mass Effect marathons and see what kind of little joke I am planting when it comes to the beacon visions. 3 streams, thank you, Zach, appreciate it. I think this year it was all the brain rot memes, but I'm willing to change it to basically every single rendition of Jet to Holiday advertisement.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
That's one way. Yep. Just having a little bit of a conversation with Talia about her father. Everything nice and healthy. Alright, let's go on the Citadel. Because we probably got a few missions. Oh yeah, we got a reporter. Let's not forget about reporter lady. Also known as punching back Al-Jelani.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Oh boy. From who?
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Oh boy. I'm so looking forward to that. He's probably gonna send me to Vermaya, which I'm not gonna do right now.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander. But they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
Kiriki, the cloaca. Can't wait a bit. Yeah, he's gonna have to.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Indeed. A little bit of cloaca. Hold the line. I'm just prepared to get the job done and go home. Alright, I'll make a save. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, people of YouTube, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, like, share, subscribe, ring a bell, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Links for everything are going to be in the description. People of the Twitches, from what I can see over here, we're going to get ad break in about 20 seconds. So I'm going to play clips in the meantime. Enjoy those. I'll be back right after the ad break is going to be over. Right back.